guys, it's Sherry G. Welcome back to the channel. So I've been sick lately. I've had the flu. I'm feeling a little bit better today, so I'm going to try to do this video. All of my videos are behind. I've already prepared them. I just didn't push them out. So I'll be pushing out a bunch of videos at one time. This one is actually brand new because I've been observing while I'm sick the things that have been happening on social media and in YouTube as it pertains to the cast members of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And while I was out here roaming these YouTube streets and the social media streets, I was reminded of what Oprah said as it pertains to the cast members of Love and Marriage Huntsville when she did her little congratulatory speech to them. She mentioned that they put Huntsville on the map. She mentioned that they were prestigious African American people that were about the business of revitalizing Huntsville. Now, can I just tell you that the behavior that we've seen displayed in these social media streets, and even the clips that we've seen, the sneak peeks of the upcoming season, to include the first episode of this upcoming season, says everything but that, allegedly, in my opinion. Now, before I get into my commentary, let me go ahead and give the infamous disclosure. All right, here it is. The views expressed in this video are all alleged of my opinion and those who choose to comment down below in the comment section, and it is all for entertainment purposes. So yeah, Oprah said that they put Huntsville on the map. I agree, they put Huntsville on the map, but not because of prestige and not because they're revitalizing Huntsville. Some of the castmates might be, but we haven't seen that yet. So what are we seeing? Well, we've seen mamas attacking folk on social media, calling people out of their names, and saying rude and obnoxious things about children. These mothers are not just mothers, they're grandmothers. Like I said, they're in my age group. And these mothers are just not any mothers, they're mothers of the castmates. And on top of that, we see business owners crying over friendships that were never friendships from the jump street, trying to buck up and prove their relevance, trying to prove the relevance of their business by defending it in social media to people who don't care, or for the most part don't care, or people who are now put off even more by the rhetoric and the ghetto behavior. Prestigious people don't have to get on the internet and defend their business. Prestigious people don't have to get on the internet and prove their relevance. Prestigious people don't have to get on the internet and prove that their business is legit. We know the business is legit. You don't have to prove anything to us. Just be about the business. But it seems like certain castmates spend more time in social media bucking up to the people who are making comments or to bloggers versus taking care of business. And then we have business owners who are showing effed up ratings at the Better Business Bureau. Um, when I say effed up ratings, I mean that they have F ratings, but that's effed up, right? So they have effed up ratings at the Better Business Bureau because they care more about what the bloggers are saying than they care about taking care of their customers. And this is allegedly more than one of the business owners that have issues down at the Better Business Bureau. There are more than one of the castmates who own businesses that have numerous customer complaints. We've seen it with, what is it, Credit One. We've seen it with Canvas Beauty. And also we've seen it with Stolt Industries because they are in a lawsuit right now for an alleged $5.5 million, which I understand that they started the lawsuit saying that they didn't get paid, but there was a counter lawsuit saying you didn't get paid because the work was shoddy and you didn't finish the work, etc., etc. So we got that going on, and I have a little bit more to say about the castmates um, that own Schultz Industries in just a bit. But we have castmates that they're throwing shade on their son-in-law, or this is an ex-castmate throwing shades on her son-in-law for not buying her a food truck. And we're still waiting for that food truck, Wanda. But yes, she's all in the internet. She's shading her son-in-law and spilling some of the tea about what goes on in their home. And then we have an ex-castmate that is allegedly squatting in a home that she should have left a long time ago by either purchasing that home or just packing up and leaving and moving somewhere else. And it seems like everybody's in court. Everybody's in court for something. Like, it's like everybody. You go to court, you go to court, you go to court. And then the latest is Marcel Scott, who is in court or was in court for allegedly attempting to claim ownership of a home that he foreclosed on several years ago. It wasn't just like it was yesterday. It wasn't like it was just last year. This was several years ago. And allegedly, it's due to, he lost the home due to back payment of taxes. So it's like, allegedly, he hadn't paid the taxes for 3 years. So the house was foreclosed on by the state. And also, there were complaints that the home was in disarray, that it was dilapidated, that it really looked bad. And the neighbors were concerned because in that neighborhood, they really care about their homes. You know, they're homeowners, they care about their homes. And this particular house was in such bad shape that it was taken away from the look of their home, and it was disgusting the neighbors. So, allegedly, Marcel Scott, who's supposed to be this big, prominent business owner, multi-million dollar business owner, lost that home for not paying the taxes several years ago. Someone purchased the home from the state, but then it proved to be a little bit more than they could handle. And I believe that they may have lost the home too because they just didn't put the money into it because it wasn't worth it to them. I'm not really sure. So, anyway, but Marceau did have to go to court on Monday. And as it turned out, there were two owners that owned the home between the time Marceau lost the home and this new gentleman, Mr. Smith. So it was Marceau, then two people in between after that, and then Mr. Smith finally purchased the home. He paid all of the back everything. I think he said allegedly in a report from another vlogger that it was like $8,000 worth of fees that he had to pay. So he paid all of that. Then he went and he had this home gutted and redone, and he has renters in the home, and they've been in there for a few years. And then so Marceau walks into court because he's claiming that the house is his. I'm just like, wow, you got to be kidding me. Like, that seems pretty scandalous. And was he going to use this home as a part of his storyline to say that this is my contribution to revitalizing Huntsville? I mean, and did he really honestly think that the court was going to give him that home back after all of these years and all of this time? And then this Mr. Smith who went in and did the work to, not only did he repay the taxes that needed to be paid, but he put thousands of dollars into the home to bring it up to code, to make it pleasing, and to then turn around and put renters in the home so that he can recoup his money back. He's a business person. So he actually is a part of revitalizing that particular area where the house is. He revitalized that area because that home was bringing it down. So he brought life to the home, in essence, revitalizing that area. So in my mind, I'm wondering if Marceau was going to take this home and try to use it as a storyline. I don't know. I'm just alleging here, but I just think it's shady. And if this is true, it's definitely shady. And allegedly, in this court case, he then he wanted to bring Maurice in to help defend him, or he said he would bring his brother in to defend him. But his brother is a consumer protection lawyer, so he really couldn't help Marcel in this particular case. So I don't know, guys. It just seems like all of the things that Oprah put out about this cast, they're not any of that. They're not prestigious. They're definitely not doing anything to revitalize Huntsville, at least what we've seen so far. Now, I believe that the Fletchers and Mel and even Miss Van may be doing something in those efforts, to show that this is what we're doing and this is how it revitalizes Huntsville. And honestly, when you divide the cast down the middle, well, actually, it's not even down the middle. But when you take the Scotts and you take Mel and you take Martell and you put them on the different sides, or you see different things, right? You see more of the prestige on the side where Melody is, and more of the less prestige on the side where the Scots and everybody else is. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Maurice and Kimmy could be coming up with something too. I mean, I've already stated that I feel like Maurice is like lackluster and not good for TV, but that doesn't mean that he and Kimmy are not working on some special project. We might not see it now, but we may see it later that they're actually doing something to help revitalize Huntsville. But that's my thoughts about this cast right now. And I was really shocked when I heard Oprah giving all these accolades. I'm like, does she even watch this daggone show? I don't think she watches it. Honestly, there's no way she could watch it. And if she does, she needs to revisit, and they need to do something because, in my opinion, these castmates are not, they're putting Huntsville on the map, but not for good reasons. Well, that's all the commentary I have for you right now. Like I said, I'm not really feeling the best, but I'm trying to push through. You guys have an amazing rest of your day. Hit the like button if you haven't, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell because I will be back. Until then, ciao.